Hi, this is Paul. I'm coming back with a special video. Today I received a blind trade return from Mike Cardinal Kane from Kane Autograph. I believe his channel link in the description. Great channel. If you haven't checked out Mike Kane Autograph, check it out. He also does blind trades. So and he does a terrific presentation, has the backstories, it's just a great experience when you go on his channel to watch his videos, and he's a terrific guy. So uh, what we did, we did a blind trade. I sent Mike some newer, and what I mean newer is like 2000s, 2010s Minnesota Twins cards. He's a Twin fan. Most of them I obtained in person during spring training, and so I kind of knew that a lot of them were tough signings. So I went ahead and sent them to Mike, and I just told him to send me back some Mets and New York Football Giants card, being it was kind of a hometown flavor blind trade. Uh, so he sent me a note and typed me a note. Trader Paul, thanks so much for another awesome blind trade. I especially loved all the Twins cards that you managed to send me. Some players who are really tough to get, which made opening your package even more fun. I hope you enjoy what I sent your way, and because I couldn't resist, I had a couple extra surprises I didn't show in the video. I wanted you to have that Christmas morning feeling when you open the package and find a few things that you weren't expecting. Thanks again for the trade, Paul. It's always a blast training with you, and I really appreciate that you mean when you come across those Twins cards. Enjoy the surprises, Cardinal Kane, Mike. And I do have more Twins cards, Mike. That I got to go through my stuff, and if I think that you would appreciate them, I will definitely send them your way in another trade. So let's get started. So. And also, I have two returns I got that I'll clean those up as well. So, from Mike, we have a 96 best Eric Ludwig. Looks like he was with the Brooklyn Cyclones. Yeah, it's got to be on the cap, so I'm assuming it's either Brooklyn or Binghamton. It doesn't really say on the back. Then the next one is a 83 Donruss of Scott Pullman. Then the next one is an 87 Donruss of Ed Hearn. Ed Hearn was part of the 86 World Championship team. He was Gary Carter's backup catcher, and the few times he got a chance to play, he produced. And the following offseason, because it's probably maybe a traded card, he was traded to Kansas City for David Cone because the Mets had some injuries to their starting pitching, and so thank you. Well, thanks for sending me that way. And then we have another member of the 86 Mets and a terrific Met player. He's a Met Hall of Famer, Hojo Howard Johnson, on this 89 Donruss Kings. Hojo, in a span of 3 years between 84 and 86, he won 2 World Championship rings. He was part of that 84 Detroit Tiger wire-to-wire team. And then after the 84 season, he was traded to the Mets for Walt Terrell. And funny that in my 2 returns, I have Walt Terrell. So, but Hojo was a terrific player for the Mets. He had several seasons of 30-30. And he is a Met Hall of Famer. So the next one is a 79 Topps of Kevin Coble. Back in the late 70s, the Mets, when they were in a disaster, when they were still under the old ownership, that was turned over to this tyrant, this SLB, M. Donald Grant. And the Mets rarely signed free agents, when free agency started after the 76 season. And Kevin Colbert was one of the first free agents they signed. And, we weren't doing a jig over it, us Mets fans. So, and the next one is an 87 Topps of Randy Neiman. He was also part of that 86 World Championship team. And then he went on to be a coach for the Mets. And just a public service announcement, I think I did mention it to Mike or a few others, that Randy Neiman has been recruited by Coaches Collectibles. So also Terry Leach. So the days of those guys signing for free may be gone. So see what happens there. Then we have a 92 Stadium Club of Junior Naboa. Then this is a 94 Stadium Club draft pick card of Terrence Long. Terrence Long didn't play a whole lot of games for the Mets. He was actually traded to Oakland for the gambler Kenny Rogers when the Mets needed some left-handed pitching. And Kenny Rogers wasn't really that great with the Mets. I believe he gave up a walk-off. I can't remember. It was, I believe, during the 2000 or 1999. He gave up a walk-off. He had a walk to Atlanta, and I think they clinched the 99 National League Championship for them. I'd have to look. I'm a Met historian, but I don't know everything. Not like Howie Rose or Gary Cohn. But then we go over some New York Football Giants. We have the 92 action card of Felipe Sparks, who actually is more recognizable as being the father of an American Idol winner, Jordan Sparks. So then we have Joe Morris on the 89 Pro set, Super Bowl champion Joe Morris. Then we have Mark Collins on the 91 Pro set. Then we have some vintage. This is Tom Blanchard on the 73 Topps. Tom Blanchard ended up being the punter on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that started out 0-26. I figured being as a blind trade from Mike, I'll tell some stories, being we have time. And then this is a 84 Topps of Ali Haji Sheikh. And the last card from Mike is a 84 Topps of Mark Haynes. Great trade, Mike. Thank you very much. I love all the cards. I love the surprises. And we'll do more. Okay, so now the returns. Just two returns real fast. I got a 5 of 5 in 10 days. And I had mentioned it before. Walt Terrell on the 89 Don Russ. 92 Donruss. '89 Upper Deck. 91 Upper Deck. And the 92 Topps. And then a 3-3 in 20 days from Bob Sykes. He signed this logo, Flair 90 logo card. He actually didn't play for any of these teams, but I had sent it to him, and maybe he was a little PO'd about it. I don't know, but he signed over the Twins logo. Because he never really appeared in a major league game for the Yankees, even though he was traded prior to the 1982 season for Willie McGee. who was a big part of the Cardinals in the '80s, part of the Whitey Ball era there, and for two straight offseason, the Yankees did not make some very good trades. I guess it was in the water in New York because the Mets never made good trades either. But Bob Sykes was traded for Willie McGee, and then the following offseason, Fred McGriff was traded to the Toronto Blue Jays for Dale Murray, the Hall of Famer, the crime dog. And then we have two 82 tops, two which are duplicates. So I do have some trade material. If anybody's interested in a blind trade, my email is in the description. So other than that, thanks, Mike. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to everybody later.